abaraka bake fake bayna la programme to jamme
a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim foro mba fala alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin ko take fo ala me ala tantu me sembo ni nodina pour ngana si ko take nga lucky fana for the first of its kind two body bungas in front of me it's going to be very interesting anyway honorable Seku Marong dalta wala demanding honorable ala jawara ngaje ban namina nambe so alhamdulillah ram nyimu contano pour ka division so men yalan take ko man always nga fo janne honorable mo title to melo ko mata bagala so mbafole ko bari bunin kennam so bari siran me bakan sana wiya kuteje mbe nyo banku do ko mbe na rawala so ngamira mbafole alamalen bebe na sawa fo fonsi fembo me ala sidia mole men be siring e se question ning kumota ande me ala ko man ke kilonte e bonyoto assalamu alaikum
baraka bake fake wayna programme to nyame ya honorable ala jawara baraka bake na King FM nyame 94.7 for the first time ngeso na Gambian politics.
Thank you so much.
Ya ini la moy lal sinyo kontam ma bi yalla mol be badi bule la fay la moy lal
baraka bake keda banna ki angande fana kondol ay be fo bi o bari ko golle be jade ki o kolo. But out of all that, what is important is the Gambia, and then I think be wala nyin kacha kumande pour kanasi ka fen kacha Gambia la kuoto Gambia bitanya di lembe la moy lal be kontona momoro de mbe la moy kamba kontona mbe kafunyo ma fana kontona menkata honorable Seku Maron ala baraka
bake na the program to nyame yes honorable Seku Maron baraka bake.
Well,
you can disappoint. What are you doing kanale?
Well, anyway, Baraka, thank you so much. Ngalong lamin sayate manyo bena kino dimas mo bena kino wala nabiya fo super mal wala nabiya wanna no aborte la ngol je anyway be mbafala fake ba ya ni defo ko anina honorable Alaji Jawara ka fo mo ko alhamdulillah we have another program that nga expect ko is going to be very interesting programs because ku jama mul ka speculate me alon ko amang ani aka speculation wala même na digitala ko bawol jama seni andi no and then nalno is going to be a discussion about the nations and Gambe bill nyaming way forward. So abaraka prokan sura jam ko den kebi. Thank you.
Abaraka bake honorable Seku Maron abaraka bake comme la moy lal ka fale jamen drum kamanta na programme jamal bi jenke dekinde men kan sante wala national issue bank wala ko kabri wato mi yalan ko fangaje ko wala kumbayata bake katambi politique wala mi yalan ko sante wala be kering kabrin ku jamal bi jemol be men experience ka wala be men je kan sante ka wala ka cha pour aller fahamlo soro fanna la wala ka kana wala kumbayata bake katambi ku jamal la barka commencé do honorable Jawara kamunta ni watin kono mo safo kamunta crime rate min yalan ko wolem ko woldi men ke banko nyin ka mo fende mi yalan ko be mo jamal dabula ka yelare ne ka fa fang abasiya kam banko nyin kan ne ita mo député wolde ibe ko wol mani to ka nyadde ni nata tanko la karola banko ka
baraka bake jara ela nyen karo ko mata bake comme ya fa nyamen crime rate abasiya kan ne ning hakilo sama in 2017 but then I think the then minister Fati my Fati I believe wala mono minister di mon tole nyen ko kuerle no kava ko crime rate nyinga be siaka mbango kan but I could claim for je nato jibe but still now I realize ko crime rate is increasing my MF wala mnyenti ko reporting of crime will be increased than the crime rate itself. But in actual sense, what we are seeing right now, men experience, we have to be very factual. Men experience that what we are seeing day in, day out. So I believe questions like this would be answered correctly by the Minister of Interior and the Defense Minister. Yeah.
bari tam molti mi yalan ko gambeno le muti an gambeno bela safety wala mol bela tanko mo fenete mi yalan ko akomati tam ite fe kenobe min to le mi yalan ko wala nyanda ka soki kaaje ko nyim problème o mi yalan ko ba wala kono abe danno la nyali la mo ana hana man ke 0% baraba talano la nyali
abaraka bake jara ante left to me alone and be mem fala wala mo nyinti ko I believe the implementing institution, that is the executive, they should give more power to the police. Jara dimbe tonya fala nyon na police ole ngeselandile in two ways, because they don't have the backing from the executive, that's one, and two, from the public. Anything catered from people are reporting everything on social media, and in police all after more arrest la, and it is a lawful order because of the action and the force that are made use la. And now we have seen that the table has turned. The public is doing this to the police. So until fallen, the police will blow it, because crime sol kata in bankol kan me alonko is open secret. Police will manual keje, and that's what they should do. Me one day to fall for their lifeline. But what has happened? In turn, police they were betrayed by all the Gambians. Instead of they are doing their work, and then Gambian they turn them down. And I believe right now what we should do is we should equip our police and we should give them more power and more courage. So ningo kedron police lem fiante many like a banko la kono ko tangano. Ninga na police equip executively fengo dila more power dealer, then we are safe.
Yes, Honorable Marong. Muna meet la takti ning crime rate mi along ko wolbe kirim banko ning kan sente.
Well, jara abaraka bake ninga crime ko fo jama kamem fo wolem ko kula be kirim bi mi along ko amantala kirinu Gambia during the then government men soto no jan during Yaya Jammeh time ko mo crime wan soto because Gambianul mang silatale nu ku jama be kirinu amang soto mo silata fanity olala. But in any developed world, saying one thing we have to understand, we have to do a total study. What leads to this crime rate, high rate of crimes in the, because Niaji Benjama akake between Gireta Banyun area then the West Coast. These are the two key points in crime rate for settlement. It's related to social problems. Ngampong yinka mune mo social problem also many lead us to these crimes. Number one, coming for migration would have because Niajibe na mol bere santola because Niajibe in 1970s, 1979, 1990 you'll see fighting down to 93. Iba final ika hada madi momentara santola wole siata mo membe combo. Why be moneketa membe combo bi wole siata mo membe santola. Yena yeri so jibe membe kirin. Soto fengo siata mintole wole within this area ngamen foiten Greater Banjul area kata West Coast ma fawla soto siata old wayatina crime rate nying siata ji ning crime rate nying pour que nying ka address amanta mira ko mabi ko police olem because one thing we have to understand is nunto police ol ka duko ko nyama aneka duko ko nyameng ataskino la kilenti. Then we have a dictatorship. Near dictatorship sporo sembo katara mo lebul me alanko he apply it anyhow he wants it. But saying we are in a democracy, despite the fact that police only sembo sotole they can address, but kwa je ko do beje itaken wala dunia la bo nyama fali wala bo nyama. So honorable Jawla mem foten ntolu Gambia dingolu be mona ken wala to assist the police. You know, kafako government sakunda thing masakunda atna nyimman soto ma yeah masakunda need to be blamed when it comes to these ones. But how are we going to blame the mansakunda fana? What is important for understand. So membe ken wala ntol be Gambia ding membe mbanko kanjambi mbe nyanta kalem fanga police sort. Mbe kalem fanga police sort nyadi let us nga crime solu kale report. Nye kuje me anon ko yitima understand ile society kono. O yek campaign ge me anon ko yifano ko nyin campaign aning silo mantanyola. Ta police will mean sutiatela yekumade. This is how it happened in developed world dunia be akatene. Niko crime rate in the Gambia jang tonya nunto but let's make this thing very clear. 22 years we have a dictatorship. Ko do beje mol kasilala but B ikaje mo xafo nem ko ngako nem muta mbita court la at the end of the day na lawyer when he is even good I go free. So what we can do as a citizen of this country walam ko na crime ni kala report. Anina police wol fana nga kulwo ning daji ka kendo nga sambe kan balem fana high rate of unemployment is related to crime rate. So man sakunda nyante mona kenole to create a conducive environment pour funding ki wol sa do ko soto ki amon dem wolem ko be seno semben tuela nyame saje mol siata capital membe ko Banjul Serekunda Brikama e be seno wala bari bu nyame jara suma base e wakeno la nyame. That is a key. The woman fault me along ko mansakunda nyanta banku dingol mako yoda. The other one also lang na basoto fishing industry bejana mansakunda se mona keno to expand that trade. Isaje ko Gambia ding jamal se employ no on that. Balim fana Gambia dingol fana nga responsibility ta let us take our own responsibility nga pare pour que ñu do ko sifa dolke. Ina aksimo Jackson ko mansakunda nyinke badun to fana be mona keno la je mona mun to lalon down lan county ge wo kuma ya tare pour ngoke. I think in short this is it.
Ya mention ila kumol kon la kafa police wal mo safa man do ko soto kabir nyim man sakunda ka man ke man do ko jora ko soto kabir man sakunda nyin kanana ya fala ko police wal marginalized la wala man do bodo ko baraka ma man dila ya jembela man sakunda kon ya me the government man fail in their responsibility pour ko police wal equipe ka jela do ko nyanda kala nyama yake wonyam
jara not necessarily more member caring wala be democracy la kono and democracy la operation Gambia malong mandala la. All right. Wala na SSR ntulu nga jiko soto ko SSR menkana security sector reforms o kujama be aba address la nyame wolem ko some of the police ibe karandila la kujama be ibe karandila la you know operation be nu nyaming animbi abe nyaming atakino la kilenti but then for this uniform tiolu sa understand comme munde mu tola responsibility towards the citizens of the country and then citizens of sa understand munde mu tola responsibility toward these police for you so long then we move ahead mo kam foko kom to nyala mu in terms of let's understand something to nyan to be left every police station in the Gambia ye moto sabanani lulu soto all right Gambia di wo be left wala mo be left all the military men kata be transportation fonko mobility is unable but one thing for them to understand is that Masakunda Fanang is constrained. Let's understand that one. All right?
Constrained in what way?
In resources. First of all, understand. All right? Masakunda beleflale kamoto wulikini sankali police ole yele do koke. War is important. But Masakunda Fanang sometimes nimbe ko analyze that we must do in a very very realistic way. Ninga realistic wicked, then we will be able to address the problem.
Yes, comment on that.
Yeah, thank you so much. Honorable Maro Memfo, I can remember this in Kalamutanole, Kendeke ko Minister Nana informed Parliament ko government namana motosang Policial font la own fango cooperative fango ikamorosa waldo or from their own institutions as a police. My fighting nana nyimfanya at the Parliament. So but during his time, ngama police le moto dol sana kaidi fengol. But Jara, to my take here is it's not about the mobility or equipment of the police. Police le jamara nole at all times. You understand? But what is there is police will silatale. We have to talk about this. Naturally, they have this feeling of fear in them. Police will silatale. Ika police will find ya lonko nyemuna do kolde. Alaftake la but asilata puru kake. Miracle, what we should talk about or what we should do is the executive should give more power to the police. There is no free democracy. Dunia du banku taje me alonko ya foko you they have 100% democracy ataje. We have to check. But
already police will yela role ni yogo soto le mi alonko a define tele wala be lari nyako le nyata katama men. Mona atina ibe sila la puruko watama.
Very good. I will tell you the reasons why police will sila. One, ninku kataje nim police ota taje ala do ku okay. Ninku tata kabulu dorong. Police order malbelo la fay. That's the fact. Two, society itself, the Gambians is an attitude. Attitude in the sense that eka police order balado kuoke ka bokuke ka no moe mobile start ka video send viral. Police car police form menge. The person will not even go to find the truth. But at a bar function newsletter frame la are sending to the social media. So how do you expect our police forces to do what is supposed to be done? It's impossible.
But purukaje fanko do you think SSR nying menyanda kala walantuma wadril tanyame wala la menying amanke another factor de membela do ko nyaka affect?
No, it's not the SSR. Security sector reform obeke kanyaming. That's I really appreciate that because once nunto ebita so even soldier olia eta jara o segu o mi eta file of la je me alonko jara la file lo nyinde when anata soldier yala a start luwade jumala training kaminto le dinjel le babul muso babul le ba ol be man shot. You cannot know the particular of a particular security personnel. So therefore, to know that be need at a security sector whether police, soldier or whatsoever, they will tell you exactly the amount of personnel they have and a rank or whatsoever. So for SSR, I really support the idea that they are doing. Bodonka Memfo is executive level bold stand to give more power to the police. Go and do your work. We are behind you. That moral, how do they call it? Moral support and moral confidence will be in the police. And the public also. Nim police balado kuola ya video and you say something me alonko is not correct in regard to that. Let there be a law attached to that. Let there be a penalty. Ngajibe fonte sevla.
Fakeba munemi la takti about nyen security silandal me yalonko walla be kirin sainten kabiri mo jamal bije police wala operation ko mas la sainten ngajale everyday e ka mo taworo muta lundol bije ka mo jamal muta me yalonko ka siaba.
Yalo alhamdulillah rabbil alamin comme ngamre fon ya fo la janni fo be introduction ak la be ko mo be jana me yalong he is part of the National Select Committee on Security.
No kanyun mo fulol man traje Sekuba wala be am expecting him to come later.
That's Sekuba jaju alhamdulillah bedarale banko ko le mo ko le akole mo wala ka chakanteng security anin tanko comme tanko dolla ka fo man ka ko jame fenne mo me yalong akole atale ka alondi 100% ay timma bari banko naman tengo si tanga don fengo fere ne man safe dum comme to ya fo nyame wolem a manke karakilin na do kote do ngam molel jo nka fo menye ko atulele yun fo modum allo nye silo kan allo nye bodal to alnya kaytol jube ngam molel assign wala comme ngi yetul honorable national assembly member assign men ko trainer député bour kala jube ken nya dal nin na nyalti ka kumol fo nin na man sakon dal tema president ala mol tema woro ñun fana do ko be wulu nyama comme fo nyame ko honorable may fati ko modul fo je dunia abe falinkan ni Gambia jube first republic second republic or third republic ko be falinkan changing dynamics lam aba falin la to tuno nyama so what dynamics and changing development fon sita nga sweet with it nga jube ko Gambia be nyaadi le in the 60s Gambia be nyaadi le in the 90s also Gambia be nyaadi le in 2000s so be nyel jube nga ta bar to nya to be honest with you comme to fon waya attest nyame crime rate ka foko amen ko honorable may fatima bu num 2017 asike a report aka fonyama ne man ta kero nya but say everybody knew mobe akweta mobe man ko crime rate is on the increase abe lafa kan ndung is very alarming abe ta kan nyama abe alam kam bakale men honorable Seku Maronka même foko ni be la do ko social media ta asamba yalla comme democracy lam dunia na to nyama ni te be la whatever you are doing ila ta wala le whatever you are doing is just
atlinde slow
kufla lamde ni te yalon ko ite men banatal kay be men kekan inin ala nin kidati ma abe ke fenne ke kam men to nyala man kay raslolam ma fala privacy or whatsoever because mo nyande haklut lawto fanatu mo la kullo do kudol be kanawta ya finde kaka social media is dangerous but nim fenne me yalon ko be mo le awandi kan kay tan ko because ngajele tango social media fenne fana ke because police officer jele sama be kere mun to ida become aware abala active Westfield abala active do ko sama kono barona ta kenya del be nyaaw jele so wo is a plus nun comme ya fanya sense of late be ngajele police operation zero crime rate be ngajele be effort men ke kan yalla ngam men fo jankon nun to le sir nyanga me ho fenje that is positive mba fulale ya onda ninga fenje me yalon ko amang nya fa fana na miro mbo fana fulale because ilo effort ngajele be men ke kan so where it within a short period of time crime rate be nyani bango kan nyadil because niyaji be the type of people yemen arrest and the huge amount of money that yemen sort of the weapons at their disposal why it la ko Gambia is at a serious stage ya onda barin kam men fo wala mo ko aya fo nyamin man sakunda ni to be nga role sorje yes man sakunda role sorje exactly man sakunda ha ko police force la ka kodo fansu kodo sorje ka mente ka moto sangala bari han say man sakunda sinano ko mo honorable jawra ya fo nyamin ya make sure ye help kadun ta ka consanta men jama jama kam men fo to nyalam ta ka example like kian keneba police station be moto table you understand so alaman tankala wajibilla atwe malam foyto leje onda sabara I know what I'm talking about so ning alaman tankala moy buromma kiyam buromma fa ma wajibilla janning kena bawe police station be kena bawe tala foye moto ko nyini ngay ko kata auto rescue abe kala problem ot so nyimu of course I should know for Canada likewise any other person
but it'll have zero fee is the government really investing kela na fulo dun distan ko la do
no to me inte fe la investment do atale do hada mani you are entitled to opinion because ni budget dube ka même panafo huge investment is it security like kodi jamales invest security to ko moyle la budget last time e kodi jamales
doesn't reflect
that's what I'm saying atara min to ya talent nyadel so wala na it is good the two national assembly members are here I to len nyanta lon exactly wo ko men dita ko nga disboss ko security or defense sector adunte bul nyadile fo équipe no soro do nyala mu gambete keno la ko gana be nyam bi let's be honest to ourselves Ghana la security police be nyam gamela police tekeno nyam because wol katre rumo fankoro e ka monitor how traffic order ko kata nyam e ka kodol jibe ka communication
I with you in that need the father order for the reason that you see we need to change the mindset
yes
that's what I believe ka foko kare nyol be nyamen tol tekeno lo nyam what is out of it Ghana FM so the Gambia can get it and you need to jibe from 2018 to now security sector la budget benyame and the previous years is quite different
but honorable sorry budget o nyin kana nan ne bar nim budget o nyin nan natana amu fende te mi yalanka abika reflect molma atal ka kodo bula men ya mamme security defense select committee on defense bodanan tola la kabri freda de boya disappointed ko kodol be kiri o ma fon la men yalanko moto ko wol nin ku ko tamal mi yalanko wolbe o molma ka o ma fon la nyina mu fende te mi yalanko ay wol datu yalare I don't know for yalla report yin table alternate ngala
thank you very much jara yaje da school dol be kiring sometimes nin deputy dol ka fo I feel surprised for instance budget on 2020 budget na da deputy o budget on approve asenate ete malako ye moto sabada malasa ya di police wala it's very clear in the budget that ye moto sabada malasa itata tola ina de ka fo ko police wala moto soto you ask yourself that sometimes let us not just be moved by emotion come
ni mi delbe diamu kandorong nanga diamu teng ni diamu teng mula ndebe ku kendol ngani la hani yedo ko do ku gele hani journalist ya akadu e ka data dulalto wala kanana moliki dundi ke da kadi fo yedali. That's how it works. But you just jump ko ntara to la kabin bara for carton military mang moto soto military menke. You just go back to your budget and reflect. Ye muna deal pour ye moto sang. You know the budget ndaka men formule. This is why I always differ with people. Ngo budget is not just to give more kodo. But what are some of the programs that can for it will reflect down. Come it in I feel wow, police will in benke kane. But what are some of the programs embedded in the budget? Kaje ko inara kodo like not just for the sake of money. For instance, police all the programs that make and the stationary solo it's not all important. What we want is that we want 10 vehicles. You know, ye budget jele people ndama Gambian will left a Gambia dimo be that any budget issue of a budget to. It's only the budget. Through the budget level you can address some of this issue. Now, more important now is not incumbent upon Mansakunda. Come a Mansakunda come by 40. Now, Kafuko Nyete Tunyale Neta Kelebali, budget will not at make sure that at that budget, some of those key constraints need to be addressed at the budget level. Okay? At the budget bilateral.
But niya jibe budget ro nyim fankana the ministry itself, Ministry of Interior, let's say for instance, nibe budget ro nya fi kanje tel yela problem wol don ne foka pare wala nyanda kila problem wol kaje, then you guys debate on it.
Exactly, this is wala nenko wala ne say niya jibe standing order me problem wala ko every department ministerial minister na ikanali yele budget will depend na ya defend. Okay? Because Minister of Finance cannot defend all the budget codes for everybody. It's not possible. It will not be effectiveness mantataraje, efficiency mantataraje. But let's say Minister of Interior na IC. Ako left a motor tunnel for police. You should be able to defend that motor tunnel by the police wala. You know? It's not just left a motor tunnel. If you cannot defend it, I have the right to no maybe ninga dila and one dolbe end of la soul kono. Dolbe end of la molel ya me anko menya na sutula. But if you defend it, you know, you should be able to defend even someone and defeat him. Nima defend no, sometimes it's always a problem. But niya defend ko ne moto mensang abidila bunum police station nala. All right? And the people for now, no, you understanding or the saying it is at the data in a way ko me alonko review katarigele budget implementation and monitoring fonko katarigele time ko me alonko minister will come and tell us how much did they spend. And then for now, the Minister of Finance, Gambia for sometimes we have this problem of kafoko. We always cry for information. Where information if you go to Minister of Finance, it will tell you from January to date, the police law. From January to date, Minister of Defense from January to date, Minister of Health it is there. It's very transparent. You go to their website, it's there. Everything is there. Everything is clearly stated. Straight is there. Because in you saying system it generates all the results. It's there. But sometimes access to information but we know sometimes let us work hard to get some of these things. Let us make the discourse rich. No Minister of Interior, you will come X, Y, and Z. Then you open a debate. Then people will come with the idea. If I come next year budget, government will be interested to take part in the budget and debating. So I think some of these Gambia mola faka diamu for the sake of diamu say mola he karimu mo kendoli my kariko police will mom fonko sotenite. No, but that's not going to address our situation. But in a situation that wala fongo be caring, if you talk about it, then Mansakunda nyanta monekela honorable Mansakunda ko wala foite Mansakunda nyanta menkela wala tinanko during this budget ela na Mansakunda niko Mansakunda is a three arms of government. That is the legislative arm, the judiciary, and then the executive. Wala na budget woni executive man sembo so to ka budget approve foka kenola. No, the budget have to come to the parliament nga approve. It's only in the Gambia and the people will be budget to approve. They will come and sit on the radio and cry. You know, Murwa Beburu, Subo Mburo Beburu, Iko Akuntu. It's like Kuntu Stalanyame. You cut it the way you want it. But remember, majority wala katara deputy bungoto way mem for niajibi wata mala wal despite intamal lafi no nani mo lulu lafta mel lafta wala betambi lafa no, it's not despite. The other make sometimes we have to understand something. Jara ning reality natanka discourse. We forget about the party, we forget about the tribes, we forget about religion and everything. Now realistic, anything that is realistic, moment are realistic, he will going to support that one. Definitely.
Okay. Honorable Jawara, kanana te kan jannembe bola nying topic ko nyinto akamunda Minister of Defense ni wati gona do kuntambila interview do bije mi yalon ko aya fo bar kabring ay interview do bi yalon ko ay woke ay kumo do bije mi yalon ko aya fo modol bije ba kumande kane kay resign wala no president ya funyo dala place do kabra ko let's suck it up comme mo sa fo moya kunu ngam fanyo ka kumbo nono bonding woni ndoma kabri ya nyinin ka kuwol men tambita kuno anem bi bayrat la Minister of Defense ta be wol sondi no la nyaati le membe dending victims wala ko wala ko kaya biro ay men ka jama mo jamal kono fa iba commande kam pra resign munam ngala takti
folo mbe ñinen kala ministre ñing ay mun ko mala fo janem ba ko
nga fole fam parita fa nga sen kan ko teke ministre ko let's suck it up molia kuno walanta ba nga susu ñimu ngam fanyo ka kumbo nono bonding wonnoma kabring ay ñim fo mo jamal bije man contane ko makam mem fo
womo ministre la opinion nati ando nga jigi ko public fana yela opinion short la yela reaction towards minister fm fo but I believe yem mem fo nata no minister wala fo ndafa na ba fala ko amanya na ko fo yala man nin ko ka kuma kilin ne fo ko kuma munentinya fo nya you understand mo si kuma jaw ba fo but the way ala kuma put nyamen wala ba yitandila ko nyinna kuma hanna jaw ya ta barata mol dimila you understand maybe asika matama so I menuma will be kam fala de ite mari ko mo fanya men so nata no minister lo fo yemen fo tan den mba fala manya na fala.
Yes, honorable Maro.
Well, jara nte yo mo jere ni mu nyaton koti ite ni modu mankini me manga nyaton koti nyaton ko yila responsibility and la responsibility is different so always inyanta lo ne be mem for when you are in a public domain kana foko ya foko that's your understanding ko ite man fe mean but not wala publico ma absorbo nyama ninte lo ta janga fem fo bi wala na sometimes people do invite me to the radio ninga modo ta janga foko ni man ta debate la munat nan ka fo munem ko do be jata wono len ta da kono asabo do ta da kono yaf anyhow ban ta fono la wala mi nyaton ko yade nyaton ko wala responsibility len ka mo fo me alon ko mote slela ko kono so Minister of Defense woro mem po je ka fo let's suck it up and move strong even hana ma min fena it is strong atamu nyaton kolti ata he is not just ordinary person. Okay, but in Buffalo Gambian will call. These are some of the mistakes Gambians are talking about. These are some of the issues in Gambian discourse. And Latako, Minister of Defense, such will never come out of from him.
But do you think how so? Ilal dikobe water nyadi na kabe Minister of the Ministry of Defense. Your personally respond like supporting their minister. I come unscrupulous individual. Most of them kurungal wala bala kumotonka.
No, that's fine. Woman by no molbo folele. But in kamu fite wala nang kweko nyatonko for minister le mutuo, for deputy ole mutuo, for mayor le mutuo, for kiamano mutuo, for councilor fo imamol mutuo hanin sutio ite nyita diamol le suko kono nyame anin din do ka diam suko kono nyame amanta kilina man fa understand that is very important so wallo defense fon ko tengino wonte ya I didn't buy those ideas that is not it's not even it's like in fact
so he's resign.
Not necessarily of resigning but the minister should come and apologize to the public ka fo ko ngay fole accent na fon ko teng manyani ngim fola. Alright? Because more wala nyaton kaya mu wolati. Look, nyaton ko you should be bold enough ka mo ko ngem pole I made a mistake nga na apologize. Wala nyaton kayati. If you make an error, tell them that I made an error.
Social media monitor and they can't give every time. It's a miro fee. They are the Minister of Defense.
Not anyway. That's not.
This is just your opinion.
No, until a miro fee. Minister should come out and apologize to the public, more especially the victim. Because victim, everybody almost is a victim here. Alright? So he should come out and apologize to them and say that, look, let him not use any third party or whatsoever. Appoint her directly, talk to the Gambian. They will understand. Gambian way understanding also to Katambi Dula Bela. Once you talk to them, they understand. But it is wrong. It's very, very, very important.
Yes, Fakiba, what's your take?
Yeah, thank God. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alamin. They are not on the defensive. That is exactly what is expected from honorables. You take sides. You understand? But I was very sad about it. Honorable Jawara ni marata mola hanis hata sutio hani daretu hani alkalo hani imamu kuma ya funyame nibe kumo fola wala na monde ngol ko sise dunno wo janna kuma la aka kampo mo le folo because kumo ko letale ate bo nya na fundita don e be gamu retrieve no so membe je the best option pour nyanta menkro ministry manyina lala do ye spokesperson so kanaka bara be betela ningata fonata as a minister ayitan di banku di won la ko nyin ketam mul fennati mer hanata fan intentionally lam afoka futa mul ba hakato You understand? Gambe no ka trial na on but not to the third party use or second party whatsoever. More by freelance because all of social media. Don't need to follow the trending here. Almost everybody is stumbling because more be victim or time, more be better in one way or the other. So now meet him directly. Ask you know I close neighbor also. So need to have on yama. Let's sock it up. Kuma dimin balam dinkarim balam. So but resign. That's out of the equation. I know the minister will not resign. I can certainly.
Well, there is two options. The president
no, the minister will not resign.
So how about president?
No, the president will not sack it. This is no men now. Well, the minister himself to come and confess. This is exactly for Al Hakatun.
Yes, yes.
Team member understand. Gambian will interest more members. Aye, dunia jela be revolve kane. Come dunia be develop kane. Dunia move kane. And then social media is here to stay. It's not going anywhere.
It's not.
All right. And it is very, 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 very powerful. No, the 22 years you cannot do it today. Social media is here, is very active. Social media is even more proactive than any other thing now. Alright? So, Nikoba aside line or whatsoever, for social media, no, it's not going to work. We must respect social media as a tool of this 21st century. That's it. We forge ahead like that.
Honorable Jawara, Kamunda Bakarin Jai, Bunduna deputy, when you waiting on a deputy Bunkona Adiamtale. Ako, government, Mansakunda, Kamunda, Kamol Funya, the media along call Muyudi, Pinkola, the call for the Mansakwa. Kabraben Diamokang, Akamunda, Imalafi, I continue. You were just calling on Honorable Speaker, even though Kumandikam, Imalafa Alakumo Friendly. Fang I conclude like Moyo will be deputy Bunko, they are not fair to him. Munati Imalafa Alakumo Friendly.
Abaragabage, Jara, you know, deputy Bungola do ko koleata bakele dibide bula doku abeje loi beje melanko bangola constitution and we also have subsidiary legislature melanka by standing order menkana operational mara dibide bunkono and then we also have section 112 of the constitution melanko ayentol marale dibide bunkono dibide bunwe bantala you understand so wala na dibide yakole abata is not an ordinary thing. Ya family. So ngalon ko bunduna debito be direction o mentakan mbatle ma koy ka.
No, actually he didn't like it then.
No, ama like ya understand but momo be debite bungo ya lon ko mbatle ma koy ka. Ya understand. So honorable speaker fane menje wala nyindi ko morally ka kuntu wanyama. Ya understand it's not correct but legally you know na kuntu wala betata atala. Because ni ajibi ataketa molati ya understand ataya for debite bungo je the records are there. Ko momo be do ko wala this government ini ya jambe do ko Kenya da resign na bakaran jayo fole so that record is there comme en gamen fodron ko kil nebe baloro mo nyande ak lord lamen de wala mo nyindi ko fengo be ka jara bar na wala baramo bu ka jara mal fa understand now ala baramo bu ka jara bakaran jayo fo député bun kon ne ko momo ni ya jambe do ko ka should resign amurra ko ka ko this last sitting how do they call it momo be UDP ni masakunda ko baile so these are two contradicting things me alon ko ata ya for divide bungon so ni ajibe momo ni ya jambe do ko ke ko resign we the entire civil service should go because be ni jambe do ko ke men teachers so ni na ajibe ko momo be UDP ya ona sa ni masakunda ko baile
but he cited some example I taman si road wala yitan la ko
despite that dipte bu mata alawa yo fo despite that nibe ko mo fala wala ne ka fonye National Assembly enyanta fenne fala which covers the national interest you understand despite the wenye national interest cover but come come party ala ko mo frame nyameng was totally wrong you understand so wala na I'm just trying to help him kaitan dala ko you know ibita kan dala to dame mo correct that is why I raise a point of order.
Honorable, what is your take? Akamunda Honorable Bakarin Jai, he was in the list impressed. I'm content Hani Domandi, covering ala colleague Banunga Fokane, about Honorable Speaker Kumandika, Atabala Kumo Fokamia Lonko, where Sula Bakere. Ako Fang Hanimu Ambassador, Nimu Udipin Koti, recall, Walake Kumandinan, I Taman Siro, Yitan the Deputy Bungan, Fatal belief, the Walela Mirofe, or Mantara Kering.
Tell you wala na always think of Gambia no lunga Gambia dia follow kanu. Let's put Gambia dia at first. And then let's on appointment let them based on the qualifications, not based on ngakarle lo mbadi ngole mbinki ngole mbadi ngole because to keda you are likely to expect some of these things. Bakarin Jai menka come deputy mo renye point of order is that's how National Assembly works. You know, Gambia National Assembly is very team more but some deputy will kaje kan you boom fiong le ko call for but that's a standing order I sembo jara the prior point of order is that's normal. But come atata de mento nya fa nyameng there was a time I could remember for an adjournment debate Bakarin Jai kinu ko mo won be do ko le haje man sakunda abe adam waro man sakunda nyinte be bayle manya do ko gaje I stood on that very day ngakele nko nibe do ko le haje me fo be ni mo gambe di muti you have the talent you have the competence you can work in this government why not you should work yejele mo jere by the time may be driving sito that's the best time to take a good decision that is going to make sure that I taraje nibe nyato wato len kwati malan ko ibe ko kerela you stamp your feet on it I taraje I care for prosperity. Right? Sometimes let us not ningam fawtara nintin so ko lem febo nko ayim febo le we don't talk about it nam febo wato no time ngam I more to for ako reading you standard newspaper social security and Radio Gambia la Molima ya science recently yebondi but one thing they must understand that if you work at international companies iba find ko audit query ka wolto moye overstay in a position sometimes you have to stay after 2 years you move to another end nteya imam bay ye move to another end nte as a civil servant if I am moved I know I'm competent I can do it my dear I'm going to work and prove to them look I can do this I can remember
but the case of social security kabri ya move ya samba Senegal o Gambia secretariat ya ka secretary fola ko wata mo man kala do ko
and then this is it because he know ako awona la do ko man tanyo la he resigned and definitely mo tonya Gambia sa nyanta tambiro la na kunyo nyanta tambiro la brinye masokunda ko tonara jara no tonya is very short abala fa wortal kulal datita no brinye masokunda ko tonara ngaje jamal be je mi ko ambassadeur lam ye bondile ni la amako ke bondile le time will expire all right so mo me understand ka ke bayle bu ke bay ambassadeur comme ila time da expire ye 2 years contract ko sign 2 years contract ko bla banta e ma renew so aka ko nyam but let's go back to history
but
no let me take you back to history brinye man sakunda ko tonata mo neketa APRC e a jame man sakunda wato ambassadeur yele be me ko yele call
okay
there are many certainly. That was the very time let's look at these people. If you are competent, you are fit enough, you should stay.
So, Honorable, these are two things that you can't compare. This is a new government, he have to choose. Well, the government member, they have to choose in Injumanyo Lebedo. Wait, we have seen even Jame, I can refer Ganye, na Parita, Mandiata, Kawalasaka, in a final cabinet. So, this is a new government, men not at Leva choose Lanin Jumanyo Lebedo.
But I didn't question or answer. What about you, Animal Doko? Say the government feel like man choose, I cannot work with you.
We are seeing this is a system already in place. Let me just comment. Ma fe man sakunda man falik. Ni ka mem fo walang falindiro. Mbe say mento aka mem fo ten walam. Mol men yalan ko be palaso do. Andum fang man sakunda ay war recall bayri ako wol be UDP la comme Bakary Ndiaye ya fu nyam. Ngeta ngini ka wala. What's your take? For I mem fo sabati tele man fa man sabati.
Well, I mem I mem fo atele level ma bi asabati tele. But in tele level I will want Bakary Ndiaye to come with an evidence. I manka I know deputy mo na ko kala bay kala now. Munati na ikal muna yo trika pour kala bay. Let him come with those evidence before us. And attend ko XYZ that na ba imbay. Bi wala na ka mo le ko deputy bu we are above speculations. And National Assembly is above speculation. And there are relevant committees. Let him channel those committees. The committees of National Assembly near section 109 subsection 3. They have the power of a high court. They can summon anybody put in evidence D. So he could have used those channels, make sure that those things are done.
But saying I social security finance site la wala ay woke taban siro to jele mo jamal bije kabrim president kay Mohamed Bondi abe damen aka sambad la dolte man content because ka mo multimi yalla ko abe nun ala do ko ke kanne comme menyantama abe o ke kanne anu fo kabrin abe bola kanje mo man fen say wala man fen dante me atina ya Bondi je do you think aka me point o me raise aman jari pour mo ya jibe bakke.
Okay, Jara, ka point to many in I just want to clear down. If I am for comment, Nimma Sakunda Dobaraje donut, you have to go with your people in your dog work. And the reason why you go with your people is loyalty. Government is about loyalty. So even if we are in the same government, and I feel that, let me tell you, and I feel that what you are doing, like Nunko Alngata, Anta Basin, Eta Basarina. You understand? Multita, and citizen yeke menga volunteer to serve their interest. What I should do, what are the constitutional power is president? As a minister by no, I minister daughter. As a director by no, I director daughter. If I feel that you are not going through my agenda, I have the right, the legal right.
But Honorable, do you think President Women by they are not loyal to him?
I cannot say loyalty latin by or not. Remember what Bakary Ndiaye is saying. Deputy Bungutam Bidanya speculation. Bakary Ndiaye nyandala kumo frame la nyama na nyanta fula nyama deputy Bungon. There is a prefix. A control commanding men before our name. That's honorable. You understand? And the reason why ikaje kafuko kare ala kuokele diplomatically, kare ala kuokete na Jesus not night. People don't expect this from him. You understand? That's the difference. Bakari should say that ko muna na kare nyen kare baita. Or he can even come up with a parliamentary question. That what about more weight deal? What about minister put like?
But saying you are an honorable member, you can help him do that. At the assembly, if you are interested in holding the government to account in that aspect, you didn't want him to continue. Go in that direction. Right. You said you were helping. Even now, why not yala kumonyin semben to ya for executive to answer that question?
No. That was a adjournment debate time. I will have my cake to come. But I am also obliged that any member mantrata I should call the attention of the speaker Sekuba is not going right, Sekumaro is not going right, and I should raise a point of order. And that's what I did. Bakari should come up with a parliamentary question to ask the minister or to ask the vice president, not even the minister, because minister will get appointment. You understand? At Lenyan, the vice president in Kala, Munatina Kare Bondita, and what is the reason? The vice president will provide the answer. You understand? But to law publicly, Wodulando, Kaitandiko, Kare, they are supporting UDP. You are exposing yourself, your ignorance to the public.
Fakiba, Munamila, Bakarin Jai, Akome Alonko, Waldaka UDP support, ni member public service, Ike Funyandila Waleke Bondi Ila Plus Hotel. Kabirin Abe Fukan Honorable Jawara, among Pantan Bake, I Benke, Kabirin Abe Speaker Kumanik and Neka Bakarin Jai, standing order is Alafan Pro Kumodul Faji, but Bakarin Jai Alakumo conclude Lakala collection will be there unfair to him. Now, Dia Mola Fusta Kuntunte.
But it was Honorable Jawara, obviously. But Atalam colleagues they are not fair to him. Among the specifically, he didn't call any name like you are doing here.
No, but he was calling us.
Alam won't understand. Nimbakarinja sometimes don't even make a point of order for this. Make a point of order. Maybe at the Bala Alaji Jaro is not necessary. It wasn't even Balaji.
But remember, obviously, never attribute to Honorable Jawara.
Well, I come to go follow back and tell them,
interesting one, really.
I see. Kuma akamta mfeko jara nyinko Allah ko jibe. Konta mambo yinkala bari membe je non comme ka muruku kilo kan no jara. Yalon comme nga fanya men banko la constitution. Wala sembo di president la kamota kaga palaso. Ni konsono membe tamakana wala ki bele biji. As minister bonne asatuji. Asa bondi bi sama akiji sama sinina bo president right left. Ndela prolong soto kan damen always. Ne pake ba kamara bonde in a particular position e ko ya sama duladol. Yeme sama nanji based non to the president. You understand? National interest. Unquote. National interest should supersede any other thing. If you have a ninka lejedo nana to fakeba nata membe fakeba replace a bankola interest of jubi. But ning ata ye fakeba bondi misal fe. I'm saying misal fe. You understand? Because come kamembo media lam hakendo a powerful tabakela. Ning ata misal fe ye fakeba bondi ya bondi based on among tra ite fe ko. Nito ko tanga buka bara atakalo menka wole bankola interest what. Bankola interest. You understand? But model len nata karo fana kakele. There are people many will fana based on their personal interest. I mean, a conte ko a director ko anyimari is not loyal to you. Baby nga yela betambika UDP la rally or NRP la rally or GDC la rally to or la moto by chance ataraje he is very loyal to them. Obeka speculately. Ola dina mafo kera in this case. But niwe mo bondi in any position. Bankola national because number public servant role. So niwe public servant appoint the president I right to the carbon katuji. But niwe mo say la no. Anybody yemen say no to as again reason ya send you come bankola common interest and again for amari fana is or she's suitable for that position. I have qualifications of I have criteria.
Well, we have seen Sanyang for president come more bondi plus we have seen manjan na kiesto dami yalonko kabiri ya bondi manja ye fonya na ko ya samba dama tataje alpha robson member nu nawe kabiri ya bondi ako ya samba dama tataje.
You see manjang case kabira kata the public uproar mo bele diamuta. Momo is genuine alone ko manjang ya boni damen to nyalam banku dion president se mo kabia move mo be man happy but manjang is a loyalist person me alon ko tebili to sifal la gamelo nyanta ngi sifal no mala ni dula dinna damen ante je man ko ngai tandi la outright ko as sa billahi ni ala ni kilati ma jang ante je handul no je man ke na tarenti ni sibla do ni non fine but they ko ngata damen te tano je resign honorably but this is something wala gamelo ko tarani na fanala. You understand? Gambe no buka training na ka foko nga resign honorably. Ni lata ko the papers at your disposal. Ijikitela ilata afanda. Nko ninti nyaro fonkere bul ngaji bankol ga in advanced countries developed worlds ngo gamen copy. Mistake ko ka minister bawul aka director bawul aka permanent secretary aka resign honorably. Hani statement of about auto da abe mistake la da resign. Bele nyaawo jang. Waka pay settle da ka example for somebody to come in nada be fonkela aba kala ba hakal plane. So bare president mo boni abura UDP abura NRP abura de mo president symbole. Banko dole ba ju la sign president menke fo aning loi tatale bang pani loi man na loi manta nga president fana batu bla sotole fonte
Okay, let's start commercial break.
ma hakadan lamba anen la mo lal be hakadane an tadre to domandi aman ken defon la sawoti sangola so so be mo kan sang sama sangolale man na direction lon so len dileni so be mo be hakadan la.
Alright. Akamunda itabe National Assembly Select Committee on Defense. Akamunda bankola tanko ni watin kono wala mo jamal bije mi yalongo ayesula bake mi yalongo wala be kerim banko nyi kan kabiri nyi kuwol nata na mi yalongo wala fa mo fa kanya fi mol kan ka boy mol kan ani wasifal siata banko nyi kan itabe committee nyi albe mu nekke ka wo fanna nyi anen kuwol men tambita kono mol hakilo bulande kuwol be nyaal.
Abaraka bake Ebrima yenyi ninga committee be min ke kan santen ni ko chairman be diam kan pour ka commandiro ke koteke ngaji be security chief solo ani security personnel lol ke commandi membe kering ya kalam tale semine ke no ngaba kono ngam fongol tanka ke jibe min keta wo kola min nyanta ka koteke ni si base kafuno nyola ngoke ni na chairman obe kan probably next week be meeting commandira Ebrima tonya banku dingol la nyanto la kumbo membe kering bi asiada baka ende fon niyo pe baka kato the reason one o kadam fon la satelto busumbala mi yalan ko is so miraculous a konin a funi da baba kel moma understand no bare nataje ko police be kiskizo ke kan so banku dingol la nyanto lam ka wuri ka kumbo ko la kaje ko la tanko mu kul to menga ko mayda baka bar sanse ngam fo wolen ko nte ngam je gambe dingol alin kana jiklate nga jutum fon la nte ngaje ko na molmi be uniform ko no uniform dum ila life sacrifice and they are very competent to do the job kadunning mo jamal diam talen tara fo basé phototo security police kunda ba anin sojel kunda ba be dawoda nte futata je ni be kacata ngaje min be wol sonno mo wol o mi buli wol mi wol ko ye ni o la lumin nak uniform dum o ni la klon be wul ke ni o la banko e bari mbele nyanta kafla ko onki mako e ko do koke so mako ro nyin ngaje ko be kara jamal la man sekundala karola national assembly karola bari hani fo bango dingol fon la karola bari hani wo fon defan hani security fon kono la karola nyanta kafla nyokan ngaji be ko nyi ko solo nyo so be jam san sante ni nyi security isu me kering amanka mo kila problem so mimbe kere min nyanta kala wala ko mbele nyanta sile nga platform ile nganna suggestional di ngaji ko min nyanta kala min mantra kering min mankita fo nyimbe be kering min nyanta kala because ka problem do je ko sulo kono yebu sumbala case jibe o manka security problem o musu kono ko so ndol be nyanta dena kula ngaji ko momo la nyanto minute ka kafunu yo ngaji ko gambe tanka kainda ka tankal nyan because security melko me follow ko is everybody's responsibility it will bonya kele for security follow first for police officer de immigration officer de sojeroti o kola modo ene tanka
akamunda mo jamal bije wala men ka man sekunda jalay wala ko government man traka invest on the security man traka ni na fulo dun the security kunna wala atina benyim batani kon
ni mi yo fo amari mba fala ko abololo pour ka fo bari abuga ay jalay lo kan fenna man kis minna yalla man sakunda kata nyamin man sakunda e bulu sabala soto executive the parliament and the judiciary nabe kera man sakunda buka ku wulu ka fon wala nga falindiro ko non because ngaji ko sanji mo nem fulo min tamito don min diara mas nyaton ko don abole kala fo a plan da fam plan wolbe kala yaji bari man sakunda me ke democracy wala mko ila fa fon fen kele iba plan na yafu man sakunda gambe dingol ko la fa nyene kala ina di pre bundo nga kacha nga songala ni sondale bole tamandila wo kono ni lefa kuro kala you have to come back to the national assembly ni ko national assembly wala mko you have to come back to the Gambian people ka ko okay ñun don ne lafta ka kala say wata man to non plano ñun kono so al lafta ali somma pour aller ya explain ana ñine dépense be kala je nga songala so sambe sami ñamen tenting ni momo ko man sakunda man tra spend kan on security mbajile ko auto amantra ko man sakunda la process of follow
honorable
ni bojedo jibe Ebrima ni bojedo jibe man sakunda is spending lot on security but hana trawo be kering ndol fon be kumbo kana ko man sakunda is spending lot on security because mineketa ngadula do leje yalo man sakunda Gambia ko be kering mimbe kering mol ko kumbo la wato tambida no wato ngamle kumbonu ko diningol man ka siran sur class ko wo funda wato na was on social media everybody was talking about siran man sur class room ko accident on siada ngol ko diam sunyaro siada ngol ko den time security nada o fam ko be keri ya nyene ko je holistically ning ko ku nata al ngamurum bak ngajibe wo sidi ne plan oto namam plan oto ise miss plan amam plan anyende plan ala nyama na singa ko interpreto ngo man sakunda be min spend kan on security another sila but they are spending much on security.
How comes then munati na men bi yalan ko walla be bante mantra ka motor soto housing fango is a problem for other people munati na wol mantra ka natan man sakunda te ba fo ka nyame bo invest ka wala be la naful jamala dundi kan akunta munati na men be santo wol mantra ke munafa.
Very well. Yaje ni nato yo jibe those ones are capital spending. Ni nato in the budget. I could remember Minister of Interior nato with some claim for vehicle. National Assembly song. Because kabana National Assembly will prioritize. But in Gamin for Ebrima until the Fakumanga Diamond la Carola. As part of the Security Council and Security Committee in the Parliament and also as part of the National Assembly, until sometimes in Kakul Kenning Corontola Conola, non for Blimola. Mbuka investigation of Kanyam. And again, Gambians are not reaching to the National Assembly members and in again the National Assembly also are not reaching to the people. Because in Kuonata, for example, Minister of Defense, ala budget Canatolea. Janin to Minister Kuman Lenam Parliament, because Gagonia, Minister Kuman Parliament. Okay, Minister Kola from Motofla Sana, Motofloning, Mbadila Dasalame Fangola, Anini, Javano, Motoflon Todi, Motokil Dilla, and Atani don't get Lando. I think I'll fall in for Asatrago. What is going to hamper another security problem in the country? So you look at Korea. Many of us be Sabu Ebrima. Na budget session Golokadoya. 14 days. You have to go through the budget. Fit Fiaba. So all process will be in the reform in Ajata Pura Day Fali.
More don't be America Jala Roca. You're still, I'm telling you, critics come for President Barrow, me along Bambanta back a pick up the molla as a Pumo Jamadino security.
Very well. I say working all. But again, President Barrow Tanta Masakundati. Yaya Nungombo Kela. Memurna Moran Minakono. Because Serum Kobalu, Yaya Mela Wula, Modulu Sojorola. According to Tam. So, Naimim Falcon will be Kela. Ning President Profana Wulto Winama. Ni Ebrima ni moy.
Bara wuli tala deputy also moto talulu ning jalu ay wadi wala
aban deputy moto.
Of course this is what they said. Iko president of la moto di deputy.
But ma jodi amokata. Bara o moto nyum fana I odi National Assembly la not deputy lo. Adi National Assembly as an institution. So
bari National Assembly wala deputy honorable.
Deputy bo ni deputy manke. Nim president ende so moto la ende fa nguso so moto la. Isa fa ka ende so moto la. Bara I institution so moto la. So to avoid that wala na o kabina aketa modoli ya diam ko amanya keke because that's not best practice. President manya ka fi ka fenila wana murunda anila ro nyinga ni de nyame abondi because kabira adita num among understand among kalam to no President Barrow to babal but kabira diamo ko ya advice murunda bagle na instead of President Barrow is no more President Barrow is the National Assembly
habara asi do ko bunda so institution so no motol
no amanya na ko
okay
amanya na ka mo so motola from his pocket no amanya na ka mo so motola institutional it has to be nationally budgeted for and given to the institution. There, the institution will be independent and will not be under control of anybody. But
already you people have your car. You still say, let's talk about the independence of the National Assembly.
Don't put it to people that go, I'm not against.
Mantaraka put honorable. You are here. How can I put?
Nigo, ndenga motosole. Or those I mima motosole banda sapako. Or nina I am motosole and with Yamkan. Go honey. Every police station and police post, especially, should have a car, a vehicle. Yes, security. Security is information, attack, and reinforcement. Near information also, you go there first, you get your client information, you reinforce. Or reinforcement will be any mobility level. So I've been Ebrima Sonda go, honey motor Kemelulu man Gambia security. But do we have the resources now? Is the question.
So let's come to the budget. Budget is it a self-serving budget? Me along Golkabo Ministry of Interior, Mea Saba Mantrakila, Operation Yamantraka cover.
Nico self-serving. What do you want to say?
Self-serving is self-serving, honorable.
No, serve who?
Many along self-serving is self-serving. For another you want me to put it otherwise?
No. Nico self-serving. Probably you want to say Babloco, Minister of Gabon Savala. No.
When I said self-serving budget means self-serving budget, well and budget me along Kabanjama Nafa, more than Tanaka Wal Nafa.
Ibrahim Naka for Nanga Googling Minister Lacaro, especially Minister of Interior. Ikasile Puri ila sula ko beka budget ko na National Assembly.
Where?
Because Minikita a process or jail proceeding National Assembly. National Assembly is always against the budget of the security. Always against the budget of interior and defense. So say ni ada I told you moto 50 la ni sa ngono. Ni ko moto 50 be kela nanje. Auto obviously abakudulal. Me understand. So wala na ndonga plan mingi say very among plan akono. Ntoltara tola ngaje ko is necessity for some police stations and police camps and military barracks to have mobility. We want to call them. Now, all the institution heads, police institution heads, and the Minister of Finance. Okay, so I'm probably making moto dabi jele, moto nteya dabi jele, and no one budgeting. Or the Minister of Finance in Gala Kajibo, fast no bang, Koro no bang, Purka moto 5 no police only, and in Sojoro. Ne aqua bijele, but I'm on plan. Then advise to bring a supplementary budget.
Let's go back. Even if the president got a moto dino la banco, how about citizens who are given vehicles to the police?
Very well. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Excuse me. President we authority de soto. Ninga moto sika bi, nga fenci ka ngadi yunum barracks la. Ndo authority solo no to command, to influence anything in Union Barracks. A whole of Union Barracks. But President Nala authority, na moto 5D Sojorola, he can command because of the authority. Hanada Mangala intentionally, the authority there can subdue to the President. But I, as an individual, if I give them a car, you don't expect the CDS to subdue to me.
Well, so but citizen fana ni moto for the ni na ma dubla mantoro kono fana si yam fano is possible.
Ningo yam is yam fano.
It's possible.
It's possible. Ni nyanda ka yam fa. But ni ya gibe the code of conduct, the fundamental ethics of a public servant. Ya fole nun ko jifti manya kata. Very well. So ni moto di la fo man ka jifti. No. Well, I think no. Yes, come in.
Well, I got me putting Jara, I got for ning Gambia di only moto di eko jifni manyakata.
I'm just asking.
There's a procedure by you need to register it have to follow all the procedures for your exhaust. Your exhaust then it can be used. Muna ne ko okay puka I come for them it can influence on those people. No, yala me understand. A civil servant you don't receive gift, but an institution serious shouldn't accept gift from any business philanthropist in this country individually. But the army can. Because the lawyer, the army can. Okay. That's what I'm trying to
what's your take?
Comme ya como taranya abetaranya foratanya constitutional beje koleal beje no a foto diamo kono ko ye be review kala e banko be police station mal ko nta afa jango ndol jawara ko ngaki en defend whatsoever ngo wala taje wala na say nyanta ko complain wala na kene baba always so bare me fenne mo mealo amum bela collective responsibility ngaji ko the honorable men be jeni ko mabitale ni janyanta jawara wata
honorable jawara teme yalon ke be foreign affairs committee la ni warin kono office of the president kabrin Queen Elizabeth ate kema wala fatam da kamunda president wala faka kondon sang wala bare kay queen address nyame wala aya mel la kan ka for the Queen of England mol la fi woku mo nyinde ka mo fenet bi yalon ko amanyi nya e bika fe wonyama wala amanya ka tara lari wonyama ngari membale no sometime back Mansakunda president ya fonu China le mala Republic of China mi yalon ko manna die for immediately Ministry of Foreign Affairs ye press release bonde ko mo nyin ko la ka 5 kan tanjande president ngi nyin ko mo mi yalon ko ay wala fo ka fo Queen Elizabeth ka fa ko the Queen of England e ka mo fenet bi yalon ko diplomatically abika fe wonyama
abaka jara ko president wa fanyama manyana ka fonyama sambe mu o mo nyinen kala etol ko president wa nyanda ka fanyade o itafa president wa nyanda ka fanyade you have to be very fair because the queen is not the queen of Gambia, it's the queen of England. So if I'm addressed, yes, I mean, you know yaran dia mo be nyame
it's United Kingdom. United Kingdom.
What is different from United Kingdom and England?
England, wait. No. I don't even need to answer that question.
No, just wait.
When you talk about England, let me just help you. If you come,
let me help you.
Okay, honey, let me help you.
No. You say England. You say Akwanyanda Flago, United Kingdom. That comprises many states.
Very well. And
let me learn. Ireland and other states. You understand? So that is United Kingdom. So I don't left her following. But I will give you one sample. For example, if they are addressing Gambia, they say Banjul. It's not Banjul, not our capital. Even England is not the capital of United Kingdom. We all know it's London. But you know, people, this pettiness. I think our thinking should be about.
But when the president we are from China,
listen to me. You know, there are policy statements and there are foreign policy rules. You understand? Not only president or I can say, no, that's you know, when you say China, People's Republic of China, you know, there's this conflict. I will give you a sample, like Somalia and Somaliland. You see, Somaliland is part of Somalia, even though they have their everything, but still they don't have their independence. You understand? And they want to be a recognized state. So many countries in the world, they feel fear to be associated with Somaliland. You understand? Because of Somalia. So, but President Okafoko, the Queen of England, I don't think there is, the from Gambia no le fenne so de nyante men mira
but it can for well the president okay
better than Kafoko amanyana Kafura nyante
ngamira jang I will little bit differ with my honorable Jawara because
honorable Jawara of Lower Badibu.
Okay, just wait. Yeah, Tonya, you remember when President made that statement? I cannot address Nyaming. It wasn't in the international standard. In the China address Nyaming, the foreign affairs data I edit to apologize to China. Such Ngamira comment speaks survey while speaking before it will come to the public. It should be checked very, very, very well. Mbejang just to talk to people more, you understand. Even to the presidency, these are some of the issues. Don't see them come immediately. They are not just small. If you say England does just cover England and but there's other countries in like Wales, Ireland, all those things. Queen Kabila cover. So these are some of the things when they comment the president, but they should have known better to advise him based on those areas. Honorable, I think you have to accept that one.
No,
it's a big blow, honorable.
It's not a blow. I will defy with you. To say, for example,
but for instance, do you think the highest office of the country, the highest office in the Gambia, one office of the president, making such a mistake? It's uncalled for, honorable.
Are they not human beings? They are human beings like you and I.
Well,
we should understand that every human being is bound to make mistakes. The president is not a messiah or whatsoever. He's a human like us.
For the people for England, Queen of England. What the president, I mean, you expect him, intellectuals around him,
that's what I'm saying. Those intellectuals are human beings like you and I. And they are bound to make mistakes. You understand? But this is something very petty.
This is not petty. This can put our diplomatic relation into ransom.
Which diplomatic relationship are you talking about? Can you give me the policies that...
Thank you very much. It's a very good argument, Honorable. Maybe come Honorable Marong Yako Nyameng. The presidency should be very, very mindful. President Manka an ordinary person. State House is not an ordinary place. State House. Wala nangkatul pulu liya. Always ngay emphasize ko honorable. Allah honorable tobe tenten nal fele. Even whereas almanke honorable anymore. We will continue calling you people honorable. Once a honorable is always a honorable. So State House ni beje. This is why the media, that cabal of group, many alonko iko, they are there to advise the president on policy statements, policy speeches, and even to script it. Iyante haklot la bakele. Katung ntol fe ite kajira ko as a child's play, but aka image jaw bal findin internationally. This is a president. No, it's not petty. Don't
and in fact, ita ko ka mo konton sangola. Ya hiwa benu mo konton kan sangola. In not sel mo jajale ko komin do andiri kumolam da.
You see Jara, this is not the force of its kind ahapunta. Ngas presidency, I don't know malam media.
Honorable is in the Foreign Affairs Committee, but
surprisingly, ahapuntale sinyafula nyonga me remember. So what can already pinjoti? Mune be happening at that presidency. Is it deliberate? Ma for the president himself. I mean, those within him.
We all know the president is right.
Jara, the thing is, the president is representing everybody. So alaman tankal. Any statement that he utters, aka reflect. Do more little bit those sitting at the receiving end. Will cap message you receive back it from kafo. So it mean card bulika fa ko afo. Ni be for ala jubali. They are humans, we all understand. But nakata sinyakli one could understand. Sinyafla na jetta fire them all. No, listen, bring another group because it's
such a big mistake. Honorable, you must accept that.
These are not big mistakes.
No, of course.
No. I differ with you people in that.
Okay, come on board and defend.
You see, I would like to know whether the president has broke the law of the Gambia or he has broken international law or policy statement or foreign policy or whatsoever.
Honorable, we are not here to tell you that whether the president, in fact, you should be in better position to tell us. President, when you find diplomatic, any policy statement, any foreign law, I want to broke.
I'm not broke.
But saying, if that is your conclusion, Kama broke, do you think that can come the Queen of England, Queen Miyalong ko wale Gambia from wale Marsala, wale title soul, do you think we should make any mistake on their
Let me tell you one thing about Jarra. I'm not an anti-white or whatsoever. But you see, one thing that I normally like is, we should try to inculcate, sentiments or beliefs in ourselves and our younger generation that, this system of, I don't know how to call it, imperialism or whatsoever, it hurts me.
No, but I mean, this is not the case. It's like me. Honorable, you in Foreign Affairs Committee. Why didn't you raise that to Mama Tangara when he was Vanuatu and China? We made a mistake. Bravo. Kabira Kavot when China Echo, the president himself. You were in the committee, you could have addressed that.
One is totally different from this.
It's the same.
Queen of England.
Of course, did they call China? The Republic of China. You came on the...
Let's be fair.
No, I'm fair.
No, you are not fair. Let's be very fair, Jara. To say People's Republic of China and China, you understand, there are differences.
For Scotland, Mantarakela independent. Scotland. They are looking for their independence. And they always Great Britain. No,
that's what I'm saying. I give you an example of Somaliland and Somalia. I give you an example.
I'm also giving an example of Scotland and
UK. I think let's switch your head. I think Honorable, you have to accept this is a mistake.
No, I will not accept this.
It is a mistake which needs to be accepted by the office of the president. They have to work on their speeches. They have to edit it very, very well. Know how to call countries. This is not only Gambia calling them. It's all international. It's international standard. And Gambia must follow that international standard. And that is it. Must accept it. In short, that is it. The presidency have to make that one right.
Interesting, Gambia. Honorable Jaju. Yes, Honorable. Away from security, Akamunta Kuomi Yalongo, this is the last opportunity, Malongo, Etebeman Shotan Ola Jam, Jamen Sunkoro, Pruka Diamo Mole. Femola da Selo Banko Nigan is a concern. I Mojamal Bijimi Yalongo, Ayesula, second to Sunkaro Fere, Akanasi. Ebeme Korosikan Femol Dado, Anita Feman Secunda, more rollers at this moment. Me Yalongo as Pleno, I Molata.
Ebrima nyimfumo jarta pak pour moy dema ko la bari nga fo nyame security be nyame nyim fana bole nyama is collective mbele nyanta ka si ka ko jibe man sakunda nyata men ke walam ko nde folo man sakunda la de ba akan nyukya back why are they not talking to the people itule minki yalla hadama do ni mo ye ki dami itate min soto slogan come back ya fa mariya ngani ne soto je gambe ndo be la ko ala ko kul tamandi. But the Ministry of Trade is keeping so quiet because it mean cake and malong, so people are in limbo. Medium control. Investigation kala. I go to the businessmen, I go to people, I go to the my colleagues in the Parliament. I don't go. Albe Menekan Allah committee. Can you give us information? Maybe caring Allah committee. Fong Dave Selegan. Because Fong Dala Selo Mang Bangudia and the Male. Because you have about 5 families, they all depend on you. Last year, I needed 20,000 spent. This year, you are expecting to spend $30,000. So I know so I mobile man, go follow. I want the Minister of Trade to come. It told me Minekang, Fendala Fanyim Kumasanyari, being along with the Corona Kono. Ha, Corona Colane. But Miniatina Keta, Itole Munkata Kuleke, Pruka control, and in a morning in Kakorum, meaning Yantakela Pruka in Kojin. But Jaran Alongo, be them with the Amkala, but Sango Sangakele, Marala what? Nusungoro Basiato, Jara, Haniman Sakunda Man Fong Dalapa, and Corona the Kelo Watu, Fong Dakala Fale. So Minyanakela is collective responsibility now. Ntolmi be Gambia, Ntolko, Ntolemo, Martha Juliala, Adumu Bango Dumulti, Mudin and Tumulti. Alanga odino korosi ngaka si watu wa defenda dala faka ben sungarofe bugo na kena fe a belbon aka tokyala sabo molbe barbe yenyi ninga man sekunda nyande mingela golongo man sekunda be minke kam malon because man radiyam adi yende diamula barangala kiskisoro ganyi ninga roke ngaji be ko follow ports ya akeda kudimi anka akufundanta kan ports la bor habola accessibility ya kolani tout the shipping agents mean ka fon bonna because Gambia la fon be ka bantale so mean ka fana fon bonna banta kan e fenang transportation in the sea will increase ta so yaran business man ko fenga for free na e fon fen jogunda kana ka fenang fengol aka jokan so nana da port fana ko dem port bu ka je ko niye min jo ka bonang London or let's say Holland to bring this egg ay min jo a double tele nana da je for some 5 days bore je don aka demorele because port fana la fa balula so they charge demorage o demorage ni o fana ada kan ay transportation no ada kan to the shop ako bele calculate à la fin kan so obviously the taxpayer the consumer like that obejo so ayo ta ka collective law so say ning ndol ko okay ning we cannot control the transportation in the sea e kamin jo ba ko non to control no shipping agents will tati Okay, but why don't we talk to the port authority pour y demolition and consider. Nim port on okay. Ko banko la do fa tamaka. Because banko wana ko taw la do ko ra ku la do suki. Ko lo tanol bo nyama ka security be ko so ko so wala nyama, you know, kara mongol ko so nyama. So wala banko do ko koliata baba kale. Barata koliala ni atra ini mol ka kacha. Nini mol ka kacha mol kalon ko minne be kering. Nene segla jamo mo se ka fo gammenol we are very quick to understand. If you tell us adu nyine mon de la police mi ye ki dula to te diamay ye ki dam ye mi mo sotoje go back ante ngani ne tara yede bara ngani ne kata
bar kabinet 2017
maybe amari fanambe idea do dile la mi ala ko def mo idea fonso
kabinet 2017 man sakunda be no afo kan ko force na space ni ado yata lando jumu fene molbe e be mu effort la ke kam pour ka jaga force ni na space ni la ta ka balu woni tala
wallahi man sakunda ba ke kan ba kata kam baba kala one to nga minister of works ndara jele contract wa jini kan pour ka ports ñu expand bar ports expansion on yajibe Banjul do hata bakel Banjul man ko do city it has even come to the National Assembly some time ago because the Muslim agency Muslim high school yalla is so close to ports some ports are claim up to transfer the school pour a school on yinke the people of Banjul even the MP said no to that they will never accept that so ni ko expand by expanding either inland or on the sea in the sea. So in the sea, do they have the capacity? Because Ndara Banko do Ganja Golka expanded into the sea. But do we have the capacity? Do we have the resources to do that? So Bansakuna means second science to come inland a little bit. So a problem on that. As a collectively go away from the umbrella responsibility. But Hansa in the identity of Bansakunda, Hunting, Nimbanu Koliatila, Banyan Dramatical on Harbour. I have a place in Mandinaring. Mandinaring is very close to Dundee Bridge. Why can't they decentralize? It cannot call pay to the Kilimoto. When they bring Nim ports expando in Banjul, let them come to Mandinaring. They just be they have we can have easy things. You can hand the cement on the answer. More when you go, ja oil cement back on immense cement on side. Because harbor congestion. So near modernize New Ajibe. Near the Banjun Tabe consumer no. Why can't they decentralize? Even phones, even Kiangs, they can have harbor there. Because of only glad long, Belfast is very close to Banjul. This is how no so Mansakunda diversifies how do I use that? Diversifies to Kayeko cool Janjandi, Bango Beke are decentralized.
Yes, honorable.
Thank you very much about him. Bakasola Koto. Ngamira first and foremost honorable Judge Memfo. Mansakunda Mandiamu Nyunkoto Bake. Though there is a lot of response, response for ports in the ports need to be expanded. The businessman will call for at Watinale Bakasol Daja Wayata. And then COVID-19 fanam contributor for instance nantra mo kemela ke man boto wuli kilin doko international market sai o mo kemo baka doko no mo talula ka doko so man boto wuli kilin men doko di sai boko doko no so baja ko the demand is higher than the supply of an responsible that we accept but in fanam we are talking to na level as a local authority from koja for instance cemento is impossible cemento rise from 265 to 300 400 something dollars is unacceptable o manyana kela and then also one thing fanam Mansakunda minister of trade Inyanta Diamula Gambe doing a true press conference to address some of these issues. Look, we have to be honest. We have to be very straightforward to address issues. Mansakunda should take this as a big concern. This is a cry of every Gambian bee, including me, Ite, and anybody outside. And then also, I blame Mansakunda because the Gambia government, you look at DP World, remember Senegal right now, DP World for the Gambia journey. And they were turned down, now they went to Senegal. And Monabekele na Gambia as a country, NDP will start to cooperate with Senegal. If Senegalese ports are expand, in fact, Gambia will find it difficult to have trade, to have business done. Any business owner, they will stop at Senegal. Ibaja, we going to have another problem. Because if you want to Senegal, they have transport to come to Gambia. DP World, that was a golden opportunity for Mansakunda. In the time when Mansakunda advised them, 2018, we could remember, DP World, Nathan Ngene, they also in and Funkoteng. Somaliland, you go to Somaliland. It can also expand in the sea lake. Somaliland, DP World Bowl Kekang, Kaport expand in the sea. But you come and claim they are staying the right. We are in the modern technology like you're saying. You don't expect a ports expand look, Nimula tradition ila adu korda lemu they won't give it surrender it has surrender lo nyama Mansakunda non soro walam kapos ni Gambia is blessed.
but honorable coming the ministry coming the last week Ministry of Standing Committee on Trade equal left the minister nafin and deputy board but to their disappointment minister wasn't in the country at the PS
yala wala nan kamen foiten do National Assembly sometimes I wonder nkado because nyaji ben section 109 national constitution ajiben section 109 subsection 3 I sembo bedi was standing committee hani minister before America len wani mo be America lo dawra you can call I need them kula it is all right the people also sometimes function the most so we must flex our muscles.
But do you think also the minister si banko nyimbula no ala PS banko nyimbula Ebrima tra banko kay
wala woman can tolla woman can responsible nga for sekino fasa ke mala
you are a citizen ay katu wala claim la da mo banko dingwal ti mo banko dingwal ti dem
wala dem ba fole ko control diptol nga sembo men soto nga joro men soto sama use no wala nga luala soto to someone mana be America le have to come and answer to us all right
yes Ebrima as a kenole ni hatra ko misono mi anko is technical the technical advice is needed there permanent secretary can go but to so long like this no it shouldn't minister na permanent secretary shouldn't even travel Ebrima ku jaw bala fana be kerim bango kan bango dum fana be ke kande if I come to that yaji bango be kole la prokata because bango dingol mantara bango do le nyanto tamani kam of office ko ning minister tata permanent secretary o office ko tala abugo do ku ndenga incident soto zanzan just recently kunu nga presentation of medical item worth of $1 million for free but later because some people in the offices refuse to do their job ya kaito sike alandi mineke officer man now ko do gulo no it costs us to pay $8,000 demurrage and then we are coming for free look at that so mimbe caring olom go minister nala permanent secretary tamanole ne adon go tamon is technical but for this long coming up almost a month no it shouldn't be so no be caring ning Ibrahim kachara privately ngai do you do your investigation because them are be caring probably atara on sick leave or something like but no be caring should be communicated from the government ko minister so and so has traveled due to these circumstances so it will be difficult so that shouldn't make the ministry stand still
but natro ko man sakunda man communicate at this moment why so ayitan why mo singini karo ko man sakunda banko dingol hatile
no e hatile yalo Ibrahima hato ko le abatal pour ko wolmu tamle mi anko ko just use on one thing afaka e hatile no min bekke
ya fola dayo metal
min ko mayata je wala ko is the ministry going minister tije permanent secretary tije I don't know but minister ngam gol tije minister tije
PS tamata that very day in it meeting on
but PS nakale
well
okay minister tije but is the ministry going on yaji na parliament committee
but it is the responsibility of the government to make sure that the civil service is efficient ya tama nyanyi baraka natra nunko ye boy dal so do ko bunda nyi do we blame the secretary general and his people is it
it's no problem it does you are entitled to that
well I'm actually now
I'm not here to defend the secretary general
ma fe ba defend ba en kamene fo ite be même fo ka wala ko menyanta kala wala manke say ni menyanta kala ni ko manke be wala jalel
Ibrahima ni nga fo ile say dem la mo lati mo jalay ba ndako ele jaraloge mbe excuse me
mbena mo on ka même fo wala ko natra nun ko ka même fo do ko menyanta kala manke say be wala jalel
Ibrahima nga même fo wala ko nte ko womu erotimi anko amantara kering because the public is in limbo so you said secretary general it's true probably it could be secretary general because he's the one
he's the head of the civil service if the civil service turned to be inefficient committee for job
no that's not inefficiency okay. Ibrahima you cannot use that word because of absence of a minister you divide it as
okay Ibrahima I think I remember for the discussion about the Bakaso like the old and then sample was set ko DP wall and name for honorable judge we for Tonyalem secretary general Nito flexes muscles. Look, despite the fact that we are in a democracy, democracy comes with the rules of law. Everybody should respect that one. From 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Come on, you got to respect that job. Because remember, caring, some people don't start at 8 o'clock. You don't even start job at work. Yet at 10 o'clock, 3 to o'clock, you park it as well. So this is why Cambian will have corruption. Not even necessarily of the government or government citizen. No. Citizen not one. I'm not supposed to pay you dalasi or butu purio do kenye. But and then you force me to give you something which is wrong. Alright? These are some of the things many are ko Gambia di wol be nyata kellale. Kaje ko look manda fendire me mula do ko you should do your job. You know, it's not the job of and come be more clean than mala billion roll be ndo ko kela. At the end of the day we're going to found it very difficult.
Okay, Kamunda. Yeah.
Yeah, mo ko ko ni ko corruption ga makodo. Corruption corruption from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock ni 1 minute dodge direct you corrupt.
President to commence la kata official do kata mol kata surprise visit la je to our surprise nga jale ya communication do ke ka president ka bita surprise visit la
me that's not a surprise visit
because already you said it ko president ka bita surprise visit la ina de communication ke ko ka president ka bita surprise visit la nimbe mantre lo of course hana to nun ko momi yalon ko sundo mo mantre during those days you wouldn't leave your office itala no lañu wala bina let's go to honorable Jawara.
No, even that one is very right. I have no problem with that. You go surprise visit. Even if I can advise the president.
Honorable, you see, for instance, National Assembly, mol ko exé ko busumbalan kol ko yand la fakalon ne ko yanda ka mo ke député bu ko obviously what in ko ne better le ke kuri ne fo janding you know ko wol betambila o jure but let's come to honorable Jawara janding ka I don't know. Honorable Jawara janding be bulal one political question United Democratic Party even party menta UDP akam me ba ke kankulado ke ko honorable Usienu Dabo yewola tambam playa kila flag biarate 2021 presidential race. What's your take?
Thank you very much, Ebrima. Malafe ko kumojabi because United Democratic Party mo party lete me along kwa yembaijele mbodaje, so I don't want to talk about them because they did not talk about me, so I don't want to talk about them. Yeah.
We're not talking about politics. We're talking about.
I said,
Honorable Jawara is not part of UDP. Near the political flag bearer, we are select when Masale water.
Honorable Alaji Jawara, your majority leader, Diamutal at the National Assembly. Honorable Sekumar. 9,947 nga Walter line or hello. Alaikum salam ni mbar.
Min dala ka ben fo ko min gandela balwo kunya. Aba condition men. Bo hande mo ma fu moy banko be nyame. Bar gandela ni so nya ja colère. Da bi so mo kinne bulokon.
Okay.
Ko kalilu wacce. Kalilu wage.
Okay.
Sukuroni maroni aboni popiteroni buju ajo min banko atle marta.
Okay.
Aso banko mo be safu ba.
Okay.
Banko la business so ya sikira ari mo kina yaka ko kedu ko dola kamanta kunda du ko dola men diare waya bakela banko do fora ha tere kedu kule ko dola business so di mo la men ko ay sebo.
All right, okay.
All
right, thank you.
Yeah, Jara in as much as left Diamond Moody, if I can call K, left Moody honest in Allah Tower, Allah Tima Akumayatari. Gambia Jamaica Bakasul Saman and Gentleman Alonco, Kadi Wakele Kamanga, Namel Long Willem Co, Gumfoot Kabakasu Samaka, Pulu Samanane, Ikaskuru Samana, Ikamano Samana, Gum Walks, stuff like Gumfoot. And then also, yen soto this company nyinu that Indianulu, right? All fanaka samana. Bokum wagele kamano
whether wage kana fi wage bugana wo imankuma. Well, what's more important here? If we said na Gambia la market is a perfect competition market, we should stand by our words. Ngalong ko to yala Gambia la market romo packet. We cannot just what can we name it. Under the ground we have a monopolized market. Mi yalong ko wafurla sabo wala bekla import result in the country. We should look into that, is it?
That's important. That's very important. That's very important.
Good. Nganyinta line order 9,947-5122947. Hello.
Hello.
Naam. Naam. Number 3 number.
Jara Gambela baka so de gila.
Ye ara gila.
No. Adama fa ole lo da ko business la kendo le babul. Wole ne bi so la je moto tan jama la pick up jama la. Fol dira bono fi so bonde. Ya ko ya Gambela business o de gila.
Okay.
Del fugarol basa na da kuma la rek. Del ferdole na ya batne de ndo na be sele ala set.
All right, number 3. Baraka. 9,947-5122947. Wala number timba kumandir lal takandam. Hello.
Jereke.
Naam.
ke jara
ini mbar
i ala jebe dure ala jebe dure ala diare
mi janna alhamdulillah
masala man ta dama
amin allah ya rabbi
be mo banko do fole yalo comme mo ka fo mansa mansa ko mansa la ka kula o kuyo bela mo ka banne mo ko mo ka mansa la wale oto ni mo ka mansa fo til kana lo ko defend o seku jamal ne je o ni seku maro na ku kele ne bi
seku fulala be jan seku maro na ku kele
pension bi seku jamal babul le ko be je se hol sada bu ba
ko seku jalla babul
seku jaaju seku maro seku balo seku tabal
Abi provocation
but nga fonu programme do to
a fay ko tout le monde taraman sa kunda defend min nyanta kala kaje kon golofo ndene ala kilate min fo je Ibrima lafta commandro min fon tolbe speculation of world ndefo ngo folo ko maybe in a business ya monopolize le bari lafta gambino be fakle di mbi jambe ndol ma be long ito le along ya mako information do bang ndol nga start wondan I take an example cimento kabrana wallahi Ibrima al nga kol jibe kaka sulo jito jibe nga sale to jibe kabrin nada in 2016 17 mbemi no go anga kol mo Gambia nice I could remember hani cimento ni aja kabon Senegal nga stop no lafta Gambian businessman le empower they want to introduce something mamina feeling even you with only $50,000 you can buy a share in business and do business. Gambians can flock together. Come you as usual. They can flock together and do business. Me at no woman that ko kiri malong. When jar oil, more power was given to jar oil. Because as a Gambian, to empower him to bring more. That's why at the phone, Senegal no water. Yalan Senegal, Senegal, Portugal, and Gambia. We stop. So for it to empower. So new ngoke no Gambia no le empower atala monopolize mbulu. Ngajeko is not paying good dividend to the people. Let's go back to the drawing board. But that was what everybody was calling for. Let the Gambia no le empower. But no one make ni le Gambia no empower. Gambia no alanga wul nambang. Ngajeko we want to do business. No mako no fon sakeno.
Well, but I come on the Ministry of Trade. It helps for kan ko say membe fengo import kan banko kan inyanta kan lantino inyanta ka wala soto fang that mo jamal biya je ko is not welcome.
No. O man yalon kule luwala mi anka be laring yo luwala ni murunda adu ni aje okay possibly yaje ko fambula business manol sia batale. Don't get only important to pay on price because free market. So the follow control for example ni atra ko Segu Marong is importing de lulo ko Segu is importing tomato. So ni dan barsedo ya ko Segu is importing tomato but tomato dam nyinedi they go back to Segu they can easily track Segu.
But natra nan ko registration on yembekela perhaps it should be free. Natra ko kume at the consumers will they are going to face consequences.
No. Mansakunda Ibrima they cannot free.
Okay, nganyinta line to honor.
One Mansakunda to do a service for you.
All right, nganyinta line. Hello.
Hello.
Naam. Alhamdulillah.
Ala program on the dia.
Baraka.
Ngebe dia mala on the security.
Okay.
Because in a battalion ko yimbe ndi yawen terbi. Tata dia yundu.
Battalion.
Ko battalion no to yundu mi tata yundu ma sat now. You meet only two people. Dia lonko kile mu buffalo lati onda wala ka rasono be samba wala ko yala bagade ndu be nyame ole tu bigul wono kile go gal me ka wala ka kondo samba
okay
painful kondo tunda kata ho kondo mon kondo 5 sometimes it's too painful mo nyan ka kon ñu mako mo
okay wala may kan dikira ba ku kala jela honoré 9000
kenu ñi ngala view nga respect son dala kamin fo bari ko alla fay to nya fay tili yunum mbodo yunum barracks mbo fama jela babake at neko one vehicle yunum barracks no atabe operational vehicle le fola babare there are so many vehicles in the Union Barracks hami barak so nga vehicle nga dunje and ara vehicle mi ko olbi jele only for emergencies ni anar nang utility vehicle na yo ko mi ko ara ko ndongol maybe sa ngo ngolom ko ngol kam ko ndom ngana wa
all right okay hello jam piola to mandinke wonde fambay
Ebrima
naam
Ebrima congratulations to the National Assembly members Honorable Sekumaro Honorable Sekuda Jadi Honorable Alaji Jadi Honorable Malcolm Nabake
Abaka ngeje
you work well Allocated national and control member today you acted as National Assembly members
okay
somewhere that today you didn't act as supported agenda
okay perhaps when you know NPP question that's why
we not in the world I think we acted well this is what we advise them to do
all right wonderful
maybe we are selecting them under the ticket of the United Democratic Party
all right Abaraka thank you
so like that today they came delivered a console member here appreciate that
all right thank you
Honorable Jawara name for Honorable Jaji Anise Kumarong that is about security focus more
all right okay Abaraka wandifa mbay mi halongo se ko warona freno yes honorable Jawara
thank you so much Jara ni diamula men diamada about Yundum Barracks la kuola I think this is very important and the whole attendant fana ba sirin jam pour nim public se kaja because in no more beya so kono but I point to men rest jam we note it down and fana be na investigation ko la fanying photo nyalem ban photo nyande ya understand umundo la responsibility that as National Assembly members but honorable judge ya fanyame maybe asikata ma understand because honorable judge bo ma fa la Yundum Barracks you understand but this is something me alonko is a tangible information
ora
abentul ma ko le kaji be photo nya to nya nyem men fo wala be kerim bam fo ta kerim anon do fana diamuta the first caller men diamuta wagela kola I think it's Kalilu Wake so fane men for coming you see when we are talking nyimbe diamu ga nyanta diamu la responsibly because niko Kalilu Wake ga ko dole di man sakundala fire fana ala profit do sodo mba fana afala fana ko ay na entul National Assembly members sul makoy ay evidence de nako Kalilu Wake kanyineke wala tinna ko be ko le arembulo mun dol fana do ko wolti yawna sandu yendol fana sindi wala kama dibide bon so ndol fana Minister of Trade command la le munati na nyinkeno da so the possible action dibito le right shot la minister bay yawna sal so the possible action munasi keno mbo kelale but ka information o di dibito le même man correct wo is a crime malon fa alon
ora
is a crime
o ma la dibite bon kono hello 9,947-5122947 Walem final call at implemental line out. Hello.
Ebrima Jara
Naam
Ebrima
Naam
idale mu kemo fadi bari bu garawane
okay honorable Jawara fele jay wala moy kan
no mala moy kam bar fenteje men dia mo fantanta enta nyabo fenteje because ni aji be banko be ko le ari nyame so mu kata nyaata bi kata ko mala baat banko be ko le ari so ni dada jibe lo bidano to ko president Adama Barrow aka piko for the individual menna piko for da be terror yeta lo bidano to di han boro mo so de balu be ko le ari so ni dada police fa na Kenya la muna na mo to ko do sika ga di police la
okay
bari be moto di la individual le be moto di la mo kilo na people they are so gambia no mbatatale ngo malu be men ko ka tam mbatatale so même te ko jeng ma support fen man fente je ngamen support ya mo de
abaraka
ke Ibrahima Jara jeni mengle na tin nyanta pour mu len mo understand ko president Barrow e pour dia la party di on la madi police wala look president Barrow la party anim police wala operation is different ite men ka diamu jana badibu ite men ka diamu basse ite men ka diamu kombo ite ta sonna president Barrow e overall control sort on the soldiers on the police or security so na mo dia la ala police wala kiling ndol banku ni won fa may Barrow le moto wala tna ban tol nyanta menkela itol be député soto mo ka diamu jar budget wala nyante ñu dolo address no la these are issues me ko they can be addressed to the budget comme mobility issue but mo ka fa nyame president bodo ka moto diala parti ni wala so jalo mo moto so ni mo moto so no
hello kugile be kering mo be dianga ñun bebe dianga bande banko ko liafo bankola kolia manke president baro damala institutional president baro damala solve no adu there is no political party mi alan ko be plateau ni ga be promo solve as you want it this is a national problem alinga na idea fa nyoka nga president bondi ko no be nga ka fu nga banko dogu bani aji ko president be nyinke kan amanyi ngejena abe kolia babakel
ora abaraka bake honorable jawara kamunda wato bandala fereng abaraka bake alnata programme o nyinto nyame alañu opportunity nyinta karara programme o ke danko na commandi rola wato bela ningal commande second to honorable seko maron honorable seko ba jaajo mi yalon ko every time ningi commandi kana programme o yes alsalla comme la banga fon wonde fam bay kay rate la buto mala jella dila 75%
afa mala fay rate abay ko ay rate 0% mala fay rate
ya isi sarodi no jëm
well ba fa la muy lal be ko ala baraka ñina mu banku do koti ma expect ko mena même fo la jam ko mo be bo la accept la o mo be bo la tala dos way fan sa hakiwul le fay ñokan comme fana understand ko do be ni ko be to mo be dun da politique ko me tala politique parti fe wodro ite ko le bitare game même ite fe wodro ko hani nim bitawo ñamaro atam fe bo la atam ma ko la accept country ni la fa gambe ta ñato ko le ñanta ko le fo le melan ko dia realistic ay be e du be lodon to ñala kan ane ko mo ko mo hono bu jaro ñala fa ñame al nga based on facts ntol bi always act ala mbafala la mo bi ala baraka al be mo be kontona sunkarola alma ale de man so sunkar jama la alma nga ma be kayra kono
abaraka bake we believe and have trust in you ngol ci sarodino
ndela sarala bomba kuma la bomba kala wala mko na family mendi family busumbala pour ka nani ko etandila sunkondi woni min fata fanya jawla bake ay niyo ko ya bango be niyo ko ya mo be sula mbe dan la dron nga dan fana fusuno nyin se kuito ning jema fa mol fana ngeten du baka kabra ko keta mol wulta kata ki ma ko ke suno nyin jindi kan mbe wo ni ko interdile ba sa bank mol fana mbe dan ko alim be nga vigilant because saying incident me nyamin ay a story nyin turn over tale kabirin to nga mira non kabirin to bitale to be all speculate non ko sungu no nyi ya replay ya fala ya fonga fa bari kol nata mun fani nyamin aje ko amanko nyama oton la fa mobe vigilant nga police bula and we help them in their job if momo command for any information for any interrogation please alanga be willing to go to them and give them information because that will help us because nimma woke ako nyin la sungota London nuna man London ako nyin be continuer la côté ke bankoka
abaraka bake honorable thank you very much yes honorable jawara
abaraka bake Ibrahima ambe la moy lal be kontonna be tendula be jayla ben na kiyanka ndem fana kontonna comme ya fa nyame Gambia kacala mu Gambia be baklim fakile na mirol le be fatala doro bari o matin na ngake nyoy jawti ngako kude anu hanen na mirol fatata ngaji ke ninka nyin kacal si fal soto doro si tano nyaato le benna problème lo nan dum balona mba solf la nyaadila so me la moy lal be tendula be jayla be wande fam bay fana kontonna baake mba tendula mba jayla
fama do badi bu sanji jelo
man fama badi bu mbara badi bu last week mbada tournament to badi bu mbada final to badi bu between lower badi bu not and central badi bu not na final also to je mbada wol to je benna go fono fana kontonna te ndandan jela andi kif ala jagn and many people na support al men en dandan je be kontonna be tendula be jay
abaraka bake honorable jawara ina ta programme to nyama yes fake ba
avantage sulo le be jey
avanta wala nduma yabo kumol le be jey
alhamdulillah rabbil alamin meddi tri national assembly member kontana mbafule be albe ala baraka bake nyine mo banku diyate mbe jigri ni sifal nan war nga programme ko mandir mbe nga na banko la kolya ko mbe nga mbe ata nyola hedon ngana to mokele mbulu mbe nga ata nga hakilo because men be fota jang momo ka korosoro ke bake ka ikela hakilo use bake mbe nan ko ye fennel fo me ay to lallondo dandame wala fon biye même fo enin ala teme wala so budu foyte men be siri ñene te aji wona ñama ban oto den ala tem bare tol men fana be ñanta ka analyse man tal laari ñu mo kan nga men jodon bon to ka diamol ñama oto ba fula mo be ramadan mubarak alama sunkaro diana julu tiel fana julu wafir lalu alang be ngaka alaka ngaki kila kam nga mira ko ala ben konte bola nga business o tray nga fengol dajindi na sunkaro kan ngana fako man sakunda dama man sakunda bala parkara bare itamari fana alanga kata nga hakelo miram nyong fuarol kan assalamu alaikum
baraka bake fake ba ina da programme to jabe ala baraka bake ale wato men ta kana King FM radio 94.7 ben wi la may kan ka fale ala baraka bake way kal hako dani drum men yalon ko lafta kol kumandi baraka monta men la men yalan ko wolle be ko mandro ki kam bare metano layno do kal hako dane ka fale ko raji do ko mu watol ti fang wala ya sabu matal be sotono komin laftala nyame wala to matal be man duno wonyama ka fale ala baraka baki al wato men daka bula king fm radio noma 94.74 dimanche nala inshallah ko botalan nani kata tala woro nga programme di ala Gambian Protect bar janni wo fana ka fale sama inshallah talantang alen kileng Ibrima Jara lamin Sanyang binana nga kibaro di alla kibaro men finta kibar kaytul bala anen telefon kibaro mi yalan ko ngol